Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be continuing my makeup declutter. I actually just took a look at my makeup and I realized that I probably need to split this up into maybe 3 more videos. So like this one and 2 more. I just have a lot of makeup and I just don't feel like sitting and editing 3 hours of footage for one video. I think I should just split it up. So that's what I'm gonna do. So today I'm gonna be decluttering all of my bronzers and highlights and my bronzer palettes and highlight palettes and blushes and everything like that. And I just ordered a couple of organizers from Amazon and I will be just going through decluttering this and then also organizing it as well. So yeah, this is what is going on right now. And yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of this stuff because half of it I don't use, but I'm just trying to clear my space and just clear my head a little bit, and the more I clear out, the more I'll be able to actually use. So yeah, next video, look out for palettes. I think I'm going to go through my palettes today as well and go through those, and I think I have a few that I could actually give away, so I might be doing a giveaway after all of this. But yeah, I'm just trying to clear out everything, organize everything, and just get rid of the stuff that I don't actually use and maybe give it to someone who could actually use it more than I can. So anyways, stay tuned because I am about to declutter the crap out of these bronzers, highlights, and blushes. Okay, so let's get started on this. I'm actually so overwhelmed by this, but I feel like it's gonna be really good to go through all of this and get rid of everything that I don't use and just organize it and make my life just a little bit easier. So let's get started. I also did just find a few more palettes in my palette drawer that were face palettes, so I'm gonna include those in this video as well, just because I need to declutter those as well. And so basically everything I am decluttering, just like my last video, I am either going to try to give away if it's unused, and if it is used, I'm going to put it in a donation box and my friends and family are going to go through it. My sisters keep asking me and begging me for makeup, so I'm going to give it to them or my friends, but I won't be giving away any makeup that is used already. That's really gross and unsanitary, and I wouldn't want to use your used makeup, just like you shouldn't want to use mine, so please don't ask. Other than that, let's get started. So I'm gonna start with my palettes. I feel like these I can knock out pretty quickly, but I just have a lot of face palettes that I've gathered over the years, and I'm just gonna go through everything that I'm obviously decluttering. So I'm gonna try to go through this pretty quickly and just get rid of the things I absolutely know that I'm not gonna use. Like for example, this Pacifica blush palette. It is pretty, but I have blush shades like this, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm actually just gonna donate this. I've used it just a couple of times, but I'm going to give this in the donation pile. Okay, so now I have this Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow palette. This is so beautiful. It has cream blushes and then it has blush toppers, I guess they are. This is such a beautiful palette. I honestly don't want to give it away just because it is Natasha Denona and I love everything that she puts out. The only thing is that it's kind of hard to blend these cream blushes, but I do want to keep playing around with it and trying it. So I'm going to keep this, and if it doesn't work for me, I've already used it, so I'm going to just give it to my sisters if I don't like it. I just really love the packaging. It's so pretty, and this thing is expensive, so I'm actually going to hang on to this. Okay, so now I have the Tarte Pro Glow palette. This is a really good palette if you are a makeup artist, because you have your blushes, your highlights, and your bronzers all in one. But the thing is, I already do have a palette kind of like this, similar to this, and that's the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. I feel like I could get more use out of the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette versus the Tarte Pro Glow. So I'm actually, I've already used this. Obviously you can see like I've dug my fingers in there and I've dug my brushes in there. So I'm actually going to put this in the donation pile. I just don't think I'm going to get use out of it, especially because these shades are a bit too orange for me, or this bronzer shade is a bit too orange for me, and this is a bit too gold. It's just kind of darker shades for me. And while it would be good in my makeup kit, I already do have the Park Avenue Princess palette. Okay, so next I have the Natasha Denona Glow. It's just actually, it's not really even a palette, it's just a compact. But this is the All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer, and it's in the shade Light. And I actually really like the shade. It's just like a white gold almost, and it's really beautiful, and I feel like this would look really good all over your shoulders and your face as well for like a subtle glow. So I will be keeping it, especially because it is Natasha Denona, and I just love the quality of her products. I mean, they are very expensive, but the quality is there, so I think it's worth the price in my opinion. Alright, so I have the Ulta Contour Kit. This is like one of my OG products. I used to use this when I first learned about contouring. This is from like years ago, so it's probably expired, but I feel like the compacts still probably work, so I'm gonna put it in my donation pile and see if one of my sisters wants to use it. If it's actually expired and doesn't work anymore, then I can just toss it. Speaking of contour kits, this is my old NYX contour kit. This is definitely expired, but I would definitely pick this up if you're new at makeup or a beginner at contouring, because this is great. They have like the best bronzer shade. They have a cool tone, warm tone, and even a neutral tone or a darker shade, and a banana shade and a brightening shade. This is perfect if you're a beginner makeup artist, or if you're a beginner at makeup in general, or if you're just looking for an affordable contour kit. This is a great one to pick, but I am definitely throwing this away because this is really expired. I have the Anastasia contour kit. This is just a powder contour kit. This is a great product, especially to have in your makeup kit. I like to bring this with me and use it on clients, so I'm going to be keeping it. And just so you know, you can get these for like half price or even less at Marshall's. That's where I got this one. It was, I think it was like 20 bucks, and these are usually like 40 bucks. So just saying, I got this at Marshall's. If you are shopping for this, I would definitely recommend just going to Marshall's and picking it up. Life hack, putting you on. Go to Marshall's. They have so much makeup, especially Anastasia, Beverly Hills. Definitely go check Marshall's out for some cheap makeup. So now I have the Sleek makeup palette. Oh my gosh, this is such a throwback. I literally used to use this all the time, and it's such great quality. Like, that is so beautiful. So I think I'm gonna hang on to this. I just remember picking this up because Jaclyn Hill talked about it, and I just forgot that it just got lost in my palette drawer. So I'm gonna actually try this again. Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to this. Okay, so this is the Cover FX Perfector face palette in light medium. I got this in my BoxyCharm a few months ago, and I haven't really picked it up and tried it that much, but I do want to keep trying it because this highlighter shade and the blush shade look so good, and the contour shade looks pretty good for my fair skin tone, so I feel like I want to try this. So I do want to try this out and see if it's the same as a non-clean beauty brand. So yeah, and that blush is literally calling my name right now. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this palette. Okay, so I have a couple of ColourPop palettes. These are just like face palettes from a really long time ago. This is probably from like 2017, maybe even 2016. This is the Alexis Ren ColourPop collection, and this bronzer is literally so good if you need like a bit of warmth to your face, but this highlighter is way too dark for me. So I'm not going to be able to use this, but I think I'm going to keep it just because of this bronzer. Okay, so I also have this ColourPop palette. This is their old packaging. That's crazy. This is from like 2016, 2017 as well. But this one is a blush and highlighter palette. Again, I don't really think that this is a good shade for me. I actually think this might be a blush topper. But this shade is so good. It's very like peachy and apricot almost. So I'm going to be keeping this as well. I just think this palette is like super pretty, and I'm pretty sure that they still have this. I just think it's better packaging now. This is so old, but yeah, if I was going to get rid of it, I wouldn't even donate it. It's probably expired at this point. So, but I want to keep it. I'm going to use it on my face. I don't really care about powders expiring. Like, it's not a big deal to me. So yeah, I'm going to be keeping these two palettes and trying them out again. And if they don't work out for me because they are expired, I will be throwing them away. Okay, so I got this palette. This is the Pure Sculptor palette. I got this palette in my BoxyCharm, and it is a pretty palette. I just think that I have shades like it, especially with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I feel like I could get these shades, and these highlighters just seem like highlighters that I already own. So I'm actually going to be donating this palette. I have used it before, so I can't give it away, but I will be donating this as well. So next I have the Ofra Glow Up palette, and this is such a beautiful palette. I used to be obsessed. I don't know, I went through this phase where I was obsessed with highlighters. These are such beautiful shades. Like, you barely need to touch it and it will literally blind you. I'm definitely going to be keeping this. It was kind of expensive, and I just feel like this mirror, like, this is great for traveling if you love highlighters, and you can use these on your face and for your eyes and everything, and even as eyeshadow toppers and stuff like that. So I think that this is a great palette for travel, especially because it has a really, really nice mirror. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this. I really love this palette. And then last for face palettes, I have the Morphe 8W palette. This is seriously my favorite blush palette. It's so beautiful. It has just nice warm shades, and I really like to mix all of these together. It has a few blush toppers as well. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping this. I just really love this palette, and I think they have a bunch of different kinds. They might have a cool tone one, they might have a pinkier one. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. And I think that's it for my palette, so let's move on to all of the compacts that I have. Jeez. I'm not even sure where to start necessarily, and I feel like this has become a dumping ground for not only compacts, but powders, face powders, and even some eyeshadows. So I'm actually going to go through and pick out all of the face powders and eyeshadows and just put them to the side where they belong. Okay, so I'm just going to take out one of these at a time and just go through them. I think that'll just be easier and quicker. So first off, I have, this is actually, shouldn't even be in here, this is a brow product. Okay, so first off I have the Pretty Vulgar bronzer. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I have tried it a couple times and it's just a bit too warm for me, and if I am keeping the Alexis Ren, it's kind of similar to that, a little bit more neutral. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the Alexis Ren one instead of the Pretty Vulgar one, and I also feel like this was a little bit too pigmented and didn't blend out that well, so I will be getting rid of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and donate it. Okay, so these are the BH Cosmetics Brilliance bronzers, and I got it in a couple of shades. And this is the shade Bronze Babe and Golden Gal, and I think I'm going to keep Golden Gal. It's really good for light contouring, and it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, so I like to use this as a bronzer topper if anything, or to just like lightly bronze up my face. But I feel like this one that I got was a little bit too deep for me, so I will be donating this one. Okay, so next I have the Morphe Bronzer. This bronzer and a contour in the shade Frenemy, and it's just basically a bronzer and a bronzer topper, and I feel like this is way too dark for me and I just didn't enjoy this product, so I'm actually going to donate this one as well. And then I have a couple of shades of the Maybelline Fit Me. These I got in two deeper tones. I got it in 320 Natural Tan and 330 Toffee. So I think I'm going to hang on to these because I use them as bronzers sometimes, just because they are face powders. They just work a little bit better to blend. Okay, so next I have the Ciate London Confetti Highlighter. I got this in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago, and I am going to be giving this one away. I actually haven't even touched it yet, and I actually got a double product of one of these. So I got a double BoxyCharm, so like I got it in my Luxie box and I got it in the regular box or something like that. So I'm actually going to, I gave one to my mom because it actually goes with her skin tone a little bit more than mine. She's a little bit tanner than me. So I'm actually going to be giving this away. I haven't even touched it yet, and I think it could go to someone who would really enjoy it. So I'm going to put this in a giveaway. Okay, so next I have the Ofra, and this is actually their old packaging, but this is the Ofra Nikkie Tutorials Glow Goals highlighter. And seriously, this is some of my favorite highlighter formula, and I am definitely going to be keeping this. It's a little bit dark for me right now for my skin tone, but once I tan, this is like the perfect highlighter. So I think it's so beautiful. I'm definitely going to be keeping this, especially because this is one of the Nikkie Tutorials ones. I just love it so much, so I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this. I also have the Milani Luminoso blush, and this is one of those OG products, and I actually probably have a couple of those in here somewhere, so I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this. This is seriously so old and probably expired, but I still think it's so beautiful, especially as a blush topper as well. I just love this blush, so I'm going to be hanging on to this. I also have the Becca Champagne Pop. This formula is so good. This is probably expired as well, but it's just such a beautiful highlighter. So I'm going to be hanging on to this as well, and just one of those OG products that, you know, everyone has, and it's just so good. So I'm going to be holding on to this. Okay, so I also have the Morphe highlighter in the shade Extra, and I just think that this is a little bit too gold for me, so I am going to be giving it away. It's just a little bit too dark for my skin tone, and yeah, I've used it so much already, or a few times at least already, so I'm just going to be donating this. Next one is the Berry M Baked highlighter, and I actually saw Jordan Lipscomb talk about this, and she was using it on her channel, and it was literally so blinding. Like, wow, that is so beautiful. And it came all the way from the UK, but it is really dark for me, so it's like a little bit too bronzy for me. So I actually want to try to keep this and use it as an eyeshadow. I just like feel like I can't part with this, especially because it took so long to get here from the UK, and it's so beautiful. So I think I'm gonna hold on to it and use it as a highlighter on my darker skin tone clients, or I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow. But I think it's just so beautiful, and it came all the way from across the pond, so I don't want to part ways with it. Okay, so next I have the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Peach. I feel like this shade is a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but it is really, really pretty. It's like super, super peachy, but I feel like this could look so good on a few different skin tones. I think I'm going to get rid of this. I honestly think I just don't use it enough, and I like the gold one, I think, better, so I'm definitely going to give this away. I've used it a few times, so yeah, I'm gonna donate this. Okay, lastly I have the MAC Soft and Gentle. This is the mineralized skin finish, and this stuff is so good. I obviously love it because I've hit pan on it. I just love this. It's an OG product, and it literally looks so beautiful. It's very, very it's like a very, very soft glow, and I just really enjoy this product, obviously. And I might probably repurchase this when I get through with it, so I will definitely be hanging on to this. Okay, so next I have the Wet n Wild highlighting powders. I have one in Golden Flower Crown, and then I also have one in Precious Petals, and these are so good. I really love the Precious Petals one. I just think it's like super beautiful and peachy and glowy and just perfect for my skin tone. I also picked up Golden Flower Crown because I wanted to try it out, but honestly it's a little bit too golden for me. I just feel like it's just too dark for my skin tone, and I feel like it's going to add a cast to my skin tone, so I'm actually going to donate this one, but I'll keep the Precious Petals. Okay, so next I have the Hourglass blush. This is the Diffused Heat Lighting Blush, and I just got it in my BoxyCharm, and it is so pretty, and I haven't tried it out yet, but it just looks like a light sheer blush, and I just definitely want to try these out. I love Hourglass's formula, and yeah, so I'm going to be keeping this. Okay, so next I have the L'Oreal Enchanted Blush, and the top just popped off, so that's how you know that I love this stuff. This is a scented blush. It smells like peaches, kind of. And this is in the shade Just Curious. I also have the shade Fantastical, and it's a little bit of a brighter corally blush, but I have both of these, and I actually love these so much. These are some of my favorite drugstore blushes. They're just so beautiful, and they have a sheen to them, so they're kind of like, remind me of the Milani Luminoso blush, but just a little bit more bright and pigmented, so I really like these. I'm going to be keeping actually both of these. Okay, so next I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. I just really love this stuff to set your whole face and just kind of give it a glow from within. And I actually really love using this on brides as well because it really just gives them a glow from within look. And it's just so beautiful and glowy and pretty and healthy looking. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this as well. Also, this was a gift and it was really expensive, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. Next I have the Laura Geller Baked Blush, and this is very beautiful, and it's almost like a Milani Luminoso blush in that it has all the colors, the same colors and the same color scheme, and it's a very sheer but luminous blush. I really like this a lot, and this is in the shade Tropic Hues. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping this as well. I just really like Laura Geller as a company and their products as well, so I'm going to be hanging on to this. Next I have a Note blush. This is a very, very beautiful blush. I think I just have a couple of blushes that are the same shade as this, and something that I can find in a different palette or a different blush that I already have. So I'm going to be donating this. I have used it a couple of times, but this is in the shade Desert Rose, and it is that muted rosy mauve tone that I really like. It kind of makes you look sun-kissed, but I already have a couple blushes that look like this, so I'm going to be donating that. Next I have the Farsali. This is the Jelly Beam Illuminating Highlighter in the shade Glazed, and this stuff was all the rage like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and everyone wanted it. But this stuff is a really beautiful jelly highlighter, like a cream highlighter. It's so beautiful. So I think I'm going to actually be hanging on to this. It is expired by now and a little bit dried out, but I think I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this, especially because it was a gift from my boyfriend. I'm going to be hanging on to this, and I'm going to be trying some more cream highlighters and blushes and all of that in the next couple of months, because it will be summer. I'll be wearing more lightweight foundation and stuff like that, so I'm going to be hanging on to this. I just really love this product. Lastly, I have this Steve Laurent blush. It's a very beautiful mauve rosy tone, like a dusty rosy tone, and I actually haven't used this yet, so I will be actually donating this, or actually giving this away, because I haven't even touched it yet. Stay tuned on my channel to hear about that, because once I finish this whole declutter, I'm just gonna do a huge giveaway of just all the products at once. So yeah, stay tuned to see how you can enter the giveaway. These are the butter bronzers from Physicians Formula. I think I have 3 shades. I have deep bronzer, I have light bronzer, and then I have the regular bronzer. So I think I'm going to be keeping all of these. My favorite one is the deep bronzer. I feel like this one is just like the prettiest and has the best color, and these also smell so good. These are my favorite bronzer formula, so I'm actually going to keep all 3. Yep, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to keep all 3. Okay, so next I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon bronzer, and I think that they reformulated this one, or they just repackaged it, but this is the one in the shade Ticket to Brazil. You can't even really see that on my skin, and this is probably expired by now. Yeah, I think that there's something in it, like growing in it. That's actually disgusting, so I'm gonna be throwing this one away. Okay, so this is the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 4 Glow, and I actually really like this formula because it is so like glowy. This is like a bronzer topper, and I'm definitely gonna be keeping this. I'm just gonna try to have to figure out the packaging for these big bulky ones. I just wish that they would make them more like compact, but you know how it is. So I'm going to be keeping this as well. Okay, so next I have the Cover Effect. This is the monochromatic bronzer duo matte and shimmer in Sunkissed Bronze, and I saw, I think it was Sam Ravindal talking about this, and oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful combination. This is a bronzer and a bronzer topper, but these are just really good duos to have. They have a bunch of different shades, and they have blushes as well, but these are so freaking beautiful. So I am definitely going to be keeping this, especially because it is a clean beauty option to have, so I'm going to be hanging on to this. Okay, so I have a couple of Fenty Beauty things here. So I have the Kilowatt Mean Money and Hustler Baby highlighter duo, and I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this. I just think it's a beautiful combination. You know, I can't throw away anything Fenty. And then same with this one, I'm going to keep it. This is the, it looks kind of gross, but this is the How Many Carats Diamond Bomb highlighter, and this one is more of like a, it has no color, it just makes your skin look like it's like wet, which is so beautiful. I'm definitely going to be keeping both of these. This is just such a unique formula. This one's beautiful, but this one is so different and just a unique formula, so I'm going to be keeping this. I just super love this one. This one is kind of like similar to a lot of highlighters I have, but I'm keeping it because it's Fenty. So. Okay, so next I have the Too Faced Born This Way Chocolate Soleil. This one is one of my favorite bronzers. I've hit pan, so obviously, but this is their old packaging. I actually got this one at Marshall's, and it was half price, so if you are looking for cheap makeup, go check out Marshall. This one is one of my favorites, and I will definitely be keeping it. I just really like the neutral undertone in it, and yeah, I like how it looks on my skin. It blends out really well, so yeah, definitely going to be keeping that. Also, I have the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I will definitely be keeping this one as well. I really love this one, and I'll probably be repurchasing this one as soon as I run out. But yeah, it lasts a really long time. I love it. I just really hate this packaging though. Like, I hate having to stick my brush in here. I just wish it was more compact. But yeah, this is one of my favorite bronzers. I have the Bang Beauty Smoked Peach blush. This one is very, very beautiful, but it really just reminds me of Milani Luminoso, so I think I'm going to be giving it away. Okay, so next I have the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. This is the highlighter in Molten Gold, and this highlighter is so beautiful. It's a little bit golden for me right now just because I am pale, but when I am tan, this is the best highlighter. It honestly is a dupe for the Amrezy highlighter, Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, so which is one of my favorites of all time. So I am going to be keeping this. It's just an affordable version, so yeah, definitely keeping this. Speaking of the Amrezy highlighter, this is one of my all-time favorite highlighters. It is just like such a great universal shade. I love it so much, and it is a little bit lighter and more sheer than the one from Maybelline, but I actually kind of enjoy that. It's very buildable and just looks like your skin is wet, and I just love that look. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this, and it is limited edition, so yeah, I wish that they would bring it back out because I would literally buy 5 of them because this is my favorite highlighter ever. So yeah, I love this. Staying on the highlighter track, this is the Wet n Wild loose highlighter in I'm So Lit, and literally I will never run out of this stuff because you only need the tiniest amount, but this stuff is my favorite loose highlighter. Like, see the pigment. I just really love this stuff because it just adds like a blinding highlight when you need it, and you can use this on your inner corner and everything too. So I'm going to be keeping this definitely. This is one of the only loose highlighters that I actually like. So next I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush, and this is in the shade Mellow Wine. This is one of my favorite blushes of all time. It's like a mauvey, rosy, peachy undertone, and it makes you look sun-kissed. It just makes you look way more youthful, like you just been out in the sun, and I just really love this, so I'm definitely keeping this. Next I have a Kat Von D, this is the Lolita eyeshadow, but I thought it would be really pretty as a blush, and I actually got this in my BoxyCharm I think last month. So I'm actually going to try to use this as a blush, and if it's way too pigmented I might just get rid of it. I don't know. Actually, I think I'm going to donate this because I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I have way too many blushes that look the same as this, so I'm going to actually donate this. Okay, so next I have the Essence Satin Touch Blush. This is one of my favorites. The top has literally broken off, but this is again one of those ones that makes it look like you are sun-kissed, and I really just like that light touch of almost like you're adding sunburn to your face. I just really like that look. This is in the shade Satin Love, and yeah, I really like this one. I'm gonna keep it. Obviously I wouldn't give this away, it's like broken, so yeah. Alright, and then I think this is the last blush that I have. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots blush in the shade Peach Primrose. Jeez, that's a lot of P's. But yeah, this one is a really beautiful peachy tone blush. I think it's really beautiful, really blendable, really silky and smooth, and I just really like this blush. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this. This is one of my everyday go-to blushes. It just makes you look way more youthful and pretty and just adds that flush of color to your cheeks. So, okay, so next I have the Maybelline eyeshadow in the shade The Glow Down. And the reason I have this in the store is because I don't use this as an eyeshadow, but I use it as a highlighter, and it is seriously so beautiful as a highlighter. It's just like glow from within, just beautiful. I think Roxette Arisa was talking about this maybe like 2 years ago, so I picked up this eyeshadow, and seriously, this is so beautiful. It's really compact for travel. It's just like a single eyeshadow. It's very affordable, and yeah, I highly recommend this for like, look at that. That is just so beautiful. But yeah, I use this as a highlighter sometimes, so that's why it's in this drawer. Okay, so I have a couple of the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighters, and I have the shade Flexitarian, and oh, these are both Flexitarian. Okay, I thought I had more than that, but I guess I don't. So yeah, these are both the shade Flexitarian. I think I have used these before on my channel. If not, these are so beautiful. Like, just such a beautiful cream to powder formula. They just add like the most beautiful glow, and I honestly think that these look so good when you are not wearing any makeup and you just add them glowing from within. I just love this formula. It's so beautiful. These last a really long time. They are so beautiful. Like, wow. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping both of these. Okay, so I have a couple of other loose highlighters from ColourPop. I just love this brand so much, and I actually picked up a couple of shades. This is the one in the Luster Dust in Strobe Globe and Nomi, and one is a pinker undertone and this one is more of a white golden undertone. But these are loose highlighters, and I just love loose highlighters right now. They're just so beautiful, but especially because you don't need a lot of it, like the pigment, that's crazy. I think I'm gonna keep these. These are such a beautiful formula, and I just think that I could get a lot of use out of them, and I'll never run out of them because they are the loose highlighter formula and you only need the tiniest amount. Alright, so I have a couple of Artist Couture Diamond Glow powders, and one of these I think I got in a BoxyCharm and the other one I purchased because it was on sale. But I love Angel, and I think he is, he's Mac Daddy on Instagram, but I love his content and I just love his stuff, and I think he's like a cool person. Anyways, I just think he is really uplifting to other content creators, and he's just friends with everybody, and I just love people like that. And yeah, so I support him, and I just bought one of his Diamond Glow powders, which are so beautiful, and seriously, these changed the game. These are so beautiful. So I have the shade Summer Haze and Purple Dream. So Purple Dream is a bit of a different shade. It is like golden, but it shifts purpley pink. Let me show you Summer Haze. This one is seriously my favorite one that he's made, I'm pretty sure. It's just so beautiful, and it looks like your face is wet, and it just is super pretty. I can't explain how much I love these products enough. Like, these are so good. So definitely keeping these. Okay, so I saved my cream products for last. I'm just gonna go through these really quick. This is these are glow drops, like glitter glow drops that I got from Cover FX, and I think these are really pretty, but I also, they're super glittery, but I definitely will probably donate this. It's really beautiful, but I feel like I won't really use it. I think I've used it once for eyeshadow, but I just don't really think that this would look good on the face, especially because it is so glittery. Okay, so next I have a couple of illuminating drops, and I have the Iconic London in the shade Original, and I have a dupe for the Iconic London in from Makeup Revolution. This is the Makeup Revolution Champagne drops, but these are both glow drops. They're basically liquid highlighters. So this one is the Makeup Revolution one, and once you like blend it out and sheer it out, it is just so beautiful on the skin. Like I said, you only need a little bit. And then this one is the Iconic London. Like, obviously these are not the same, but they are dupes for each other. I feel like this one blends out way better, and it's just a little bit more liquidy, and this one's a little bit more thick. I think I'm going to be getting rid of the Makeup Revolution one. I just feel like since I already have the Iconic London drops, I can just get rid of these. I feel like this one works way better anyways, and yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and donate that one. Okay, so I have a cream blush. This is the Nudies matte all over bronze color from Nude Sticks, and this is in the shade Sunkissed. This is such a beautiful shade. It makes you look like you're sunburnt, and I like that it's a cream product and it blends out really well, but on the skin it looks so beautiful, and it dries down, and you don't really have to set it, but in the summer this is just a beautiful shade, and I do want to try more products from Nude Sticks, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this. Alright guys, we're nearing the end, so I think lastly I have just cream bronzers. So let's start with the Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Fair. This is probably one of my favorite cream bronzer formulas. It's just so beautiful, very blendable, and these shades do run a bit dark, so I got the shade Fair instead of the shade light, but it is very beautiful. It's very neutral tone and it blends out super well. I'm definitely going to be keeping this. I like to use this on myself, but I also like to use it on clients. It's very beginner friendly and just easy to use and easy to blend out. So alright, so next I have the Wet n Wild makeup stick contour sticks. So I have one in the darker shade and then I have one in a lighter shade. And I really like these to contour with. These are very blendable and pretty as well, but I actually prefer the Huda Beauty one over these. These are just a drugstore version. But if I was going to pick one, I think I would pick the lighter one. This is the shade Oaks on You. I just think that the darker one, it just doesn't suit my skin tone that well, and it is just a bit too dark. So I think I would go with the lighter one, and I think I'm going to donate the darker one. A fun fact, I actually saw Priscilla Ono, which is the Fenty Beauty makeup artist, but also Rihanna's makeup artist, and she was saying how these matchsticks are formulated to never dry out. So if you left the cap off of it, it would never dry out, which is a really fun fact. So these are really sturdy products, and you do get a lot of product in there, in my opinion. So yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to this. I just really like the formula of this. It's just it's not beginner friendly, I will say that, but I do like the formula, and also it's Fenty Beauty. I just can't bring myself to throw away anything Fenty Beauty. I just love Rihanna, so I'm definitely going to be hanging on to this. Okay, so I have the LA Girl Pro Conceal cream bronzer. This is in this is actually a concealer, but I got it in a darker shade. This is a shade Toffee, and I like to use this to contour. This is just an affordable option if you can't afford anything else that I've mentioned. So I'm actually going to keep this. I like to use this on my clients as well, just because it's easily replaceable. It's quality. It's honestly up to par with maybe the Huda Beauty one or even the Fenty Beauty one. So I definitely am going to hang on to this. Alright, and now lastly I have this random one that doesn't even have a name on it. It's rubbed off. I don't even know where this is from, and so yeah, I'm going to be throwing this away. Alright, so I'm going to start organizing this bronzer and blushes and highlights drawer, and I don't know if I'm going to keep all of these in one drawer yet. It depends on how it fits, but I did buy these acrylic containers. They're wider so that they fit the butter bronzers, and I bought these off Amazon. And also you can fit face powders and other things in here. These slots come out so you can get an even bigger divider if you'd like. So yeah, I really like these, and they were pretty inexpensive on Amazon. They were like $8, so I bought 2 of these. So we'll see. I might end up putting all my palettes somewhere else and using that drawer for powders and bronzers, and then maybe putting blushes and highlights in one drawer. I haven't decided yet, but I will be showing how I'm organizing everything in my last video, and that one's gonna be, I think it's gonna be the 4th in this series. So yeah, just stay tuned for that one. Okay, so I ended up not being able to fit everything, so I am just going to have my highlighters and blushes in this drawer. And so I'm going by loose highlighters in here, my ColourPop highlighters, all of that in here, all of my highlighters here, and then my blushes start right here. I have all of my palettes back here, so I have like the Natasha Denona stuff, and I like the Glow palette, the blush palette, the Glow Compact, as well as my Sleek palette. I have my highlighter drops, my Iconic London highlighter drops back here, and my cream blush back here. So I am going to be keeping it like this, and then I'm going to end up putting probably my powders and my loose powders and my bronzers in the same drawer. So hopefully that pans out, but you will be seeing that in the 4th video that uploads. So make sure that you stay tuned, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. And yeah, have a great day. See you in my next video. Bye.